Where's the maiden's true faithful lover? Well, that's a story for another day. Just kidding. 'Tis what we're sure to cover by the time we reach the end of this play. The Faithful Pilgrim Lover, this one's called. Flavio's the one referenced in the name. He seeks to wed Isabel. She's appalled. Barefoot and pregnant? No way, that's too tame. She craves an adventure on the high seas, never content as a stay-at-home wife. And while many times Flavio says please, she won't accept the traditional life. Though her father seems quite fond of the lad, she refused to leave it up to her dad. She refused to leave it up to her dad, won't stay in Milan under Dottore. Flavio's handsome, but it makes her sad that father seeks to write her life story. So her father's betrothal she declined, packed up a few things and ran away, left Flavio and Dottore behind. A Genoese caravel sat in the bay. They don't allow ladies on board their ship, so Isabel must go incognito. From bodice and corset she does now strip. She's soon dressed as a boy named Fabrito. In Genoa, a new life she'll discover. With Oratio, she'll go undercover. With Oratio, she'll go undercover. The Genoese prince needs a manservant. Hires Fabrito, treats him like a brother. Sees naught amiss, he's not that observant. This prince loves Flamina, thinks she smells nice. Winning her hand is his life's ambition. He asks his worldly friend for some advice, but Fabrito reacts with derision. Love is naught but a sucker's game, my lord. You are far better off, alone and free. Flamina's charms are best left unexplored. But the young lovesick prince does not agree. So Oratio debates with his comrade. He loves love, while Fabrito thinks it's bad. He loves love, while Fabrito thinks it's bad. But how to convince the prince of its folly? Fabrito decides a ruse must be had to make Oratio a bit melancholy. If he knows she's unfaithful, Fabrito schemes, he will realize love's pointless and boring. Then he will be free to follow our dreams, to travel the globe, freely exploring. Can't taste life's pleasures tied down to a spouse? Want a new romance in every port. Can't wake up each morning in the same house. Rather sail the seas and fight lions for sport. By now, I bet you know what comes next, folks. The disguised servant plans a heartless hoax. The disguised servant plans a heartless hoax. Isabel's well aware of how men seduce. Won't be too hard for Fabrito to coax Flamina into becoming quite loose. A jaunty beret, wide-open doublet, would surely cause Flamina's heart to stir. Tight trousers will show off his best asset, and of course, a splash of clove oil and myrrh. Fabrito compliments Flamina's eyes, gifts her a package of Turkish delights, compares the girl's beauty to a sunrise, shows off how sculpted his legs look in tights. A last touch, a love letter is written. It works too well. Flamina is smitten. It works too well. Flamina is smitten. Fabrito's plump lips, his soft, hairless chin, starts Flamina purring like a kitten. Something about him makes her want to sin. She visits Oratio when she knows he's gone. Fabrito's alone. Now's the time to indulge. Pins him to the wall, begs for his falchion. Her gown slips off, and she grabs for his bulge. Flamina is fumbling with his codpiece when Oratio returns unexpected. Finds fiancé and friend in wild caprice, so he flees down the street, quite dejected. Oratio is heartbroken, he cries and he chokes, not realizing it was only a joke. Not realizing it was only a joke, Oratio ends Act 1 reeling in shock, The stage is reset in a style Baroque. Act 2 begins on the Genoese dock. Flavio's disembarking a carrack. He's wearing plain robes, his scalp is close shorn, his few possessions are stored in a sack. Becoming a monk was his way to mourn. Though he tells people Isabel's deceased, and he's on a pilgrimage in her name, he's not seeking the Holy Land in the East. He's searching the world for that crazy dame. Everywhere he goes, from Crete to Britain, Flavio's wearing a mask to fit in. Flavio's wearing a mask to fit in, but so is Isabel for that matter. In a tavern, Fabrito's just sittin', vexed that Horatio's heart she did shatter. Flavio doesn't know that Fabrito's a she. Sits down beside him, shares his sorry tale. Then Flavio asked, "Did you ever see my love Isabel, the perfect female?" Isabel is offended he won't quit. Can't Flavio take no for an answer? She lies to his face, on the floor she does spit. Your Isabel's really dead. 'Twas cancer. Preposterous? Yes, but she's costumed well. Not obvious Fabrito's Isabel. Not obvious Fabrito's Isabel, and so he believes him. Why would he not? Knowing he's come too late makes him unwell. Without her love, this life I'll boycott. He asks directions to the nearest bridge. I'll jump to my death and my beloved join. He quickly departs, to his life a bridge, tossing Fabrito a handful of coin. Fabrito feels a strange new emotion. Flavio was an inspiring guy, brave enough to cross over an ocean. Was it wrong to let him just go and die? As she grapples with passions long suppressed, Isabel's dad is feeling depressed. Isabel's dad is still feeling depressed and arrives in town mere minutes later. Still searching for his daughter, he won't rest until he finds her and that guy who'd date her. Comes across a beautiful man sobbing. "Good sir, what's wrong?" he says to the fellow. Fabrito looks up, while his eyes need daubing. He's like a sculpture by Donatello. "Dad, it's me, Isabel. Since I left, it's been tough. I'm en travestie," dressed up as a boy. "Seems Flavio died because of my rebuff. A noble and true love did I destroy." Dottore tries to his daughter's tears quell, while on her love life Flamina does dwell. While on her love life Flamina does dwell, she heads to the bar to get drunk on mead. Horatio's great, you could say he was swell. Did she mess things up with her lusty deed? Overhears Fabrito that lecherous cad. He's talking to someone about suicide. Doesn't know it's Isabel and her dad. Thinks they said it's Horatio who died. Upset her betrayal led to this place. How could she be tempted by Fabrito? She slaps him hard in his beautiful face. He's so fair she can't stay mad at him, though. Just when the players are at their most stressed, Flavio returns from his fruitless quest. Flavio returns from his fruitless quest. Seems the Ligurian sea's not that deep. He's soggy and muddy and half undressed. But he's alive. Isabel starts to weep. He didn't go through with drowning for love. Dottore tells him Isabel's not dead. In fact, she's right in front of you, sort of. Fabrito takes the toupee off his head, and there before them fair Isabel stands. "Flavio, my pilgrim, let's get married, and united we'll sail to distant lands, enjoying experiences varied." Fabrito's reveal causes some dismay. Flamina thinks on how she went astray. Flamina thinks on how she went astray. And look, in this play we can't get too graphic. It's the Renaissance. There's not much leeway. But does Flamina have feelings sapphic? Just then Horatio bursts in with his stick. I've come to fight for the hand of Flamina. Wait, what's this? Fabrito, you're a chick? And problem is solved by Deus Ex Machina. Horatio is alive? Flamina screams. Well, I've had impure thoughts, I must confess. Marry me, you are the man of my dreams. Although, maybe, could you try on this dress? No moral this play is meant to convey. No one will learn a lesson here today. No one will learn a lesson here today. Together, 4 lovers will tour the world. They head to the docks and anchors away. The curtain comes down like a sail unfurled. The players all return to take a bow, Veshy, Zanny, and Inamorati alike. With a quaint curtsy, blown kiss, and a chow, they tell you to leave, go take a hike. In Commedia, things always end fine. The girl always gets to marry her crush. The oppressed underclass will always shine. Pompous blowhard misers always get hushed. I hope you agree that we did cover Where Was the Maiden's True Faithful Lover.